Hello, and welcome to 14 Days. Today, we're going to look at a video. Just realise we've neglected this part of town. You may have seen before, and you may have experienced yourself, the problem in finding a generator magazine. You may have found a dozen generators in sheds and garages. But no magazines, so you just physically can't use them. And after a short amount of time when the lights go out, power goes off, you can't get any fuel any longer unless you siphon it from a car. You can't use the fuel pumps. You can't watch the telly. You can't use anything electric. So, as I say, I've seen the Methodist church and the buildings around it and thought, oh, I've never investigated them. I'm still in Rosewood, and this is just one area I never really went into. So, as usual, before we go in, clear all the zombies around the perimeter so they don't come in after you and trap you in anywhere or get you when you're not looking. So, we've got a speedy trip through these zombies. There's quite a few dotted around, so I'm just going to try and get rid of all of them before I start. So it's quite a lengthy process. Okay, now we're clear, and we have just checked out the little sort of church cottage there. Realised there's some like church offices attached to the main building. I've not actually been in the main building. The idea is just to sneak in the offices, seen the bookshelf, and let's have a look. There's many players been looking for all the bookshelves, trying to find what we need. So after 2.5 months in game, we've finally got the generator magazine. Read it as quick as you can. Save it. Put it somewhere where maybe somebody comes after you could find it again. Obviously, a base or somewhere else. And then we move on to what we're going to use it for. So if you've got any kind of long-term strategy, a base or anything like that, or even if you're just roaming around with a vehicle, to be perfectly honest, it still matters. So get the generator magazine. Grab yourself a generator. You will need a little bit of fuel, obviously, just for the generator. So early in game, it's worth it just to go to a garage, fill up a bottle or a gas can, or several if you can find them, and just leave them there so that you can come back to them later. That's effectively what I did here. So I've got some for anything necessary for little journeys and what have you. And in this case, I've got a little bit to set up in the generator. So dump the generator down somewhere near the petrol pumps. I don't think you have to be all that near. Get your van over if you're going to carry a fair bit of stuff. In this case, I've gathered quite a few cans, gas cans, so pop over to the generator, click on connect generator. Obviously, I've cleared quite a lot of zombies from this area. I have to be careful, just in case. And then all you need to do, if you can manage it from the menu system, is click on turn on to the generator, grab your gas cans, and off you go. That's just adding a bit of fuel. Obviously the generator won't work without that. You need the generator with fuel, in this case, to get fuel, as we talked about. So always remember to turn it on. What you will notice, especially if it's dark, is all the lights will suddenly appear from the building you're next to, as well as around the petrol pumps. And if you do this at your base, it'll be exactly the same, as we will see in a moment. So get all the fuel you can, particularly if you're taking the generator with you. In this case, I'm going to get some on the van and take the van back. So here we are back at the base. Same generator or another one if you can, next to your base. Turn it on, connect it up, turn it on, and you've got instant lights in your base. And you can now use the cooker and anything else that happens to be in there. So what it allows you to do is grab any old water, rainwater, etc. And if you've got no other way of cleaning it at this time, you can just put it in the oven, ideally with some vegetables in it, and make a stew or a soup. Or you can cook anything else if you've got the pans and the recipes and the know-how and the ingredients. You can obviously do some cooking outside at the barbecue or a little fire pit. Always remember to get the stuff out of the oven before it burns. And there you go, you've got some nice hot soup ready to go. One of the other things I love to do when you've got some power is when you're going through houses or buildings, grab every video you can and watch them. It's great for boredom or to learn stuff. For instance, if you find the right motor show once, you can level up your mechanic skills really easily just by sitting watching. In this case, we're going to do a bit of cooking. So you can see now with the icons coming up, it's lowering his boredom quite a lot, and the cooking is now starting to go up. I did this before the power went out with a motor show, and I got level 2 mechanics, so that I'm now able to hotwire cars just on that, so they're very useful. I hope you got something out of this video. Please like and subscribe.